Hey everyone, today, I've got a fun and thought-provoking question for all the men out there. If you suddenly had you money, what would you do first? Imagine waking up with a bank account so full you could do anything you wanted. What's the first thing you'd splurge on or change in your life? Let's dive into some wild, crazy, and interesting ideas.
Men, if you suddenly had money, what would you do first? Goo. So what about you? If you woke up with you money tomorrow, what would be your first move? I'm curious to hear some thoughts and ideas. Beat my meat. Just to make sure I make a rational decision afterwards. I'm gonna buy a limbo. Jack off. I'm going to get an accountant and a lawyer and start figuring out what my best options are for investments. You guys are talking like OP didn't say it's you money. I'm buying a limbo to beat my meat in while I drive to get an accountant and a lawyer to start figuring out what my best options are for investments, and then I'm beating my meat again in both of their customer bathrooms because you, that's why. I'm also asking for complimentary water because of the dehydration from all the pork tenderizing. Post-nut clarity, PNC, is real LMAO. Quit my job. Make plans to spend all of this coming winter skiing. Quit my job. Proceed to travel, mostly along the warm weather coasts to find a place to reside. Pay off my parents' or best friend's debts. Play video games. Go to Australia in July, stay in the US in December, and you can have both Christmases in the winter. With you money, never summer can be a reality. Boring answer here. Pay off all my debts and fix everything needed. Then retire early, live off the money with majority of it being in some kind of safe investment. Don't forget to call your CPA and a tax lawyer. Boring answers are the best answers. I think I'd buy a small boat and go fishing. These are the first things to do. Tax lawyer, CPA, trust, then pay off debts for me and my family. Roll with the rest. Also, tell nobody. Yup. Make absolutely certain that I am set for life. And only after that is certain, retire to the new life. I would look forward to my new title of International Man of Leisure, but not burning the bridges until I know that the future is completely secure. And I want professionals to help me know where that line is. Buy an island and build a Bond villain hideout there. Call my wife and tell her to quit her job that's making her miserable. Invest a ton to make sure that you money stays you money. I would you OP. Buy a house. If I suddenly had you money, the first thing I do is secure my family's future by paying off any debts and setting up a solid financial plan. Travel would be next on my list, exploring places I've always dreamed of visiting. Let's see what others would do. My answer is buy a plot of land with a decent house and make it a fortress with my own garden and make everything self-sustainable. Having a large enough garden and just being able to go outside and pick some vegetables without having to visit a supermarket must be an amazing feeling. That is indeed you money. Help a bunch of people I know to pay their debts or buy houses. Lay in bed depressed. Yup. My friend asked what I would get if I was going to get some big, material item. I said I guess a nice computer, but it made me realize money wouldn't help at all with a big chunk of my problems. I think that's not far off from what I'd do. If I actually won the lottery, I think I'd be in a rush to get the check, but once I got it, I feel like I'd kind of freeze up. I've read the posts that say what to do and all that, but I feel like it'd just be overwhelming. I know I need to find people to help me manage the money, but how do you find someone you can trust? And what am I going to tell people because they're bound to notice that my life randomly changed? What's a lie I can tell that will explain why I have money, but that won't really lead to any awkward situations or getting caught? So, honestly, I think I'd put the check somewhere safe, and then probably change absolutely nothing for months. I don't know if it'd be my anxiety, ADHD, or what, but I just know that I'd freeze up. A lot of my problems would, suddenly, no longer be something I needed to worry about, but I'd have all new things to worry about, but, in that moment, I wouldn't even fully know what they were. I just think it'd be a lot all at once. I'd do something with it eventually because I think work, without a real reason to be there, would drive me insane, but I still think I'd do nothing for a while. I mean, I'm not saying money wouldn't help some things and make life easier in a lot of ways. But it wouldn't make my parents younger or cure my cat's chronic illness, for example. Some things just can't be fixed with money, sadly. 2 women at the same time. The first thing that came to my mind. 2 very beautiful women at the same time. Preferably goth, or with goth vibes. Then hopefully all three of us can become a beautiful throuple. Yes, that's all this man wants. Set up a small game dev studio and hire 7 to 20 people and just create things for the rest of my life. Also grab a moderate house that has an office room in it. Buy a house in Maui and spend the rest of my life on the beach or snorkeling chilling in paradise. Mama's fish house every day. My friend has been sleeping with a sleazy comedian who's a decade older and part of a 2-person sketch group and treats her like crap. I would hire 100 people to go to their next show and LMAO at everything his partner says and be dead silent at everything he says. I'd go to work after renting a New Orleans marching band and parade float. In the distance, you would hear some jazzy beats coming down the road. As the music gets closer and louder, I tell my coworker, "My ride's here." I then get on the float that's decorated in flowers on the side with the words, "So long, suckers." I quit, and we pull off into the sunset as I shoot off one of those guns that spits out stacks of $100 bills. 3 chicks at the same time. Actually, wait, I prefer this answer. 3 beautiful, goth women, and then we become a quadruple. Please God, make this happen and I'll go to church every Sunday and never ask for anything again.
I'd also support causes I'm passionate about, donating to charities and funding projects that make a difference. Starting a business or pursuing a passion project without the worry of financial constraints would be incredibly fulfilling. Let's keep going.
I'd do Batman shit. I'd support my family who had to move to Tijuana B or C money issues, pay for rehab for my dad. Then I'd pay for all the orthodontic stuff I haven't been able to get. Mouth surgery, braces, night guard. There's this cool pocket knife I've been looking at. It's about $110 bucks. It's the Bistec swordfish with a jade handle and Magna Cut blade. Can't afford it right now, lol. Probably buy some nice drums and a small building or nice shed to play them in. Then, B or C, I have kidney disease and severe diet restrictions. I'd hire a personal chef to make yummy food even given my severe restrictions. Personal skate park would be pretty sick. Probably make some smart investments and donate most of it. At least I'd like to think I'd be that generous and not tight. Fisted with my money. Buy the Epstein client list and post it online. I know conspiracy nuts will claim I did it to remove myself because I have fuck you money. Buy property and a house. Build a tavern/longhouse and play Pathfinder 3 to 4 times a week. Spend every weekend traveling or barbecuing with my friends. Nothing much, to be honest with you. Try to see how much I can give away to family or friends or charity without losing foo status, then maybe travel a bit more comfortably, i.e. springing for first or business class and getting a larger hotel room here and there. Other than that, things will most likely remain the same. I'm going to Japan, bail my friends out of their current money issues, move into a cabin in the woods in Alaska, become a bartender in a small town, get to know the locals, get a cat, and buy enough guns to make my own army of weaponized raccoons. Quit my job effective immediately. Fuck your 2 weeks notice. Pay off my house, debts, etc. Make sure the fuck you money can last me my entire life. Consult a lawyer or CPA. Probably put some in an HYSA or individual brokerage. There needs to be a certified way to have income coming in monthly. Start planning trips, vacations, exploring new hobbies. Whatever leftover I can afford goes into frivolous things. Buy land and move away from people. Draw up some plans with an engineer and architect and build a dream house with underground parking and a car lift for an entrance. Lots of slides and secret rooms too, because I'm ultimately just a big kid. Buy several shit cars and learn how to build them into not so shit cars. Just have fun with it, really. Give a chunk to my dad who's homeless to live off of. Make sure rent is paid for my siblings. Live in another country for a month after notifying my job for leave. Come back and resume life as before and invest the rest. I would start several group homes for people with mental disabilities in my area, like high-quality mansions and not institutions with fluorescent lights. Actual homes, fully staffed with well-paid workers. Go to university without the need for a loan and rent an apartment within walking distance as well. That's pretty much it. Elaborate, humiliating, and life-ruining pranks on my enemies. This includes someone to think up the pranks because I'm probably not smart enough to do that either. I've been told I have fuck you money, but I don't believe I do. So at the moment I'm not working, full-time caring for my 2 young kids, and will be back at work when youngest reaches proper school age. However, the more fun answer would be I would pay someone to mind my children so I could have a nice holiday and do lots of bowling when I got home. I'd ideally pay for a home chef, cleaner, and gardener and hire a nanny. If I had lots of fuck you money, I'd move to a property with a nice-sized garden, quit my job, buy a Corvette, take my kid to Disney World, pay off all my bills, buy a nice boat large enough to sail the world's oceans and see how healthy a lobster, shrimp, king crab wagyu beef, and salad diet is. If I knew that, I'd know what I want to do with my life. Well, in terms of a job, at least, I'd probably travel, make sure my family is set up for life, and invest so that my money continues to make money. Then I'd probably buy a nice lot of land and live off of it. I don't want to be a farmer in terms of industrial terms, but I'd like to do it enough to provide for myself and any family I have. I'd probably also start some kind of shelter, etc. My wife and I have been married for 10 years. We never had a honeymoon though. I'd take her on a honeymoon and pay someone like $5,000 to watch the kids for a week or so. I've got this long-running idea that I call dignity farms. Basically, it's a large farm that takes in the homeless, gives them jobs working the farm, which provides food for them. Extra food is sold to stores to fund the program and put money in their pockets. Having on-site medical and mental health, as well as career counseling or development with financial planning or etc. So many folks end up destitute for reasons beyond their control. A safety system that prevents folks from falling through the cracks. OFC, it'd need hooks to the social services departments for those who are incapable of self-care. There'd need to be some referral out system for people that are beyond the help of the farm. But give folks what they need to thrive, and you'll see folks thrive. And damn it, if my government can't do it, I will. The only thing holding me back is a stupid amount of money.
Remember, it's not just about the money, but the dreams and aspirations that come with it. Your engagement keeps this community thriving, so keep those conversations going in the comments. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Until then, take care and keep reaching for your dreams. Subscribe for more.